Welcome to CBLOL English, your Brazilian League of Legends news hub in English. As the new season is starting this weekend, let's have a look at the teams and their updated rosters. Starting with Fluxo. This team finished past split on 6th place and decided to change everything in preparation for the new competitive chapter. They're featuring a brand new roster with Chiari on top, Sting in the jungle, Fu on the mid, and Kojima and Scumber on the bot lane. This is a fully Brazilian team roster, with all 5 players having played in various CBLOL Academy and Division 1 teams. Your person to watch is going to be Kojima, who has big shoes to fill as Bronze's successor in the team. But fear not, as this guy has already been named one of the best Brazilian Academy AD carries. FURIA is next. Having capped their bot lane INTZ and INTZ on the mid lane, they are bringing in 2 Korean imports to top and jungle, Destroy and Mir. Mir is a familiar name to the NACL fans, as he has been playing and winning with Team Liquid challenges last year. And if you're from the EMEA region like me, you know Destroy already. The guy has been destroying both TCL and EMEA Masters last year as part of Turkish Istanbul Wildcats roster, and he's gonna be your player to watch in FURIA this split. INTZ's roster makes a comeback with only a slight change in the face of the new mid laner. Well, 2 mid laners, Aithuza and Namiru, who are only 20 and 16 years old. They both have been added to both the main and the academy rosters, and we're still waiting on the final word as to who is going to go to which team. All the other faces are the same. Tai on the top lane, Yampi in the jungle, Ninja Kiwi and Damage on the bot lane. While we all are intrigued about the 2 new mid laners, Ninja Kiwi remains your man to watch for yet another year. One of the most interesting AD carries of the last CBLOL split, he ended the last league split as the highest ranked CBLOL player. That's a claim for sure. Up your expectations for KaBuM, because they learned their lesson last year and they're bringing in an unprecedentedly strong roster this year. The only guy who remained in the team is their Korean top laner Lonely. Everyone else is new, including Malrank in the jungle, House on the mid lane, and Nituno with Sears on the bot lane. This roster is so stacked that it's impossible to determine who is the man to watch. Short answer will be everyone. Lonely had a very decent performance last split, despite KaBuM's overall unluckiness on the route bringing them to the last place of the previous split of CBLOL. Malrank, originally from Korea, is joining all the way from the LEC, where he had a really good year with Koi and the first place trophy right a year before that with the Rogue. House, who shined with INTZ last year with some insane outplays. Netino, fresh out of Los Grandes. And last but not least, Sears, who just won their whole CBLOL with Loud last year. KaBuM are not here to play games this year, they are here to win. Liberty suffered a similar fate last split, finishing just 1 place above KaBuM. And they too chose to completely change their roster, bringing in the new academy players. You already know some of them. Piloto, Drake Hero and Cavallo played 4 games in the main roster last split, and now they're back for good. Amikao was there in CBLOL Split 1 as part of Vivo Kidstar's roster. Overall, the new Liberty roster looks like this. Makes on the top lane, Drake Hero in the jungle, Piloto on the mid lane, and Mikao with Cavallo on the bot. Your player to watch here should be Cavallo, who was being praised for his academy performance and showed a really stable performance as part of the main roster last split as well. Los Grandes are cooking in preparation for this split, bringing in a healthy mix of veteran players with the fresh blood. Super Clever and Cello are coming straight from the academy teams, joining a Korean LLA and LCKCL player C's, Envy from Red Canids, and KaBuM, a Korean import from Europe where he had 2 very successful splits in Polish Ultraliga. And due to my bias being the Ultraliga caster, I am telling you right now that KaBuM should be your man to watch in this split, as he is an excellent team player and a very mechanically clean support. To sum it up, for Los Grandes this split, we have Super Clever on the top, C's in the jungle, Envy on the mid lane, Cello as AD carry, and KaBuM as support. Moving on to the reigning champions and triple CBLOL title holders, who thought If it works, don't touch it. We're talking about loud, of course. As a result, the roster remained the same, except for the support role. As Sears is now with KaBuM, his place has been given to Redbird, whose last split was spent with, you guessed it, KaBuM. We'll have to keep an eye on him, as it's a very big leap to take from last split's last place team to the winners. Apart from Redbird being the new loud support, you know all the names pretty well. It's Robo on the top lane, Croc in the jungle, T-Nones on the mid, and Riot as the team's AD carry. Pain Gaming are a very similar story, having only 2 changes on their roster. First, they let their AD carry Vivo go to the United States, signing Titan, Red Canids star player since 2019, in his place. Secondly, their famed support pro Delta has left the team, and Pain has opted to take another bite from Red. Corey, an ex-T1 Korean import who played with Red in the first split of 2023 and took a break for split 2, is now rejoining CBLOL as part of Pain Gaming. Their roster now looks like this: Wiser on the top, Karaoke in the jungle, Dinkende on the mid lane, and Titan with Corey on the bot lane. Pick any player to watch this split, as this roster is stacked with some CBLOL legends. But our suggestion would be Dinkende, as he had a fantastic performance with Pain last year, and we can't wait to see how much further he can go. Red Canids finished 3rd last split, but they surely are aiming much higher this time with the updated roster. We can't help but be a bit nostalgic, as Grefthar is back with the Canids after spending a whole year with Vivo Stars. Another transfer in the team is Bronze, last split's AD carry for Fluxo, but for him it's gonna be the first time playing with the Red Canids. With only 2 changes, this is how their roster looks like right now. We have FNB on the top lane, Aegis in the jungle, Grefthar on the mid, Bronzy as an AD carry, and Frosty as their support. Last but not least, Vivo Stars, another team with big changes, including 2 European imports. Let's start with them. Tukui is arriving straight from France, where he had a very busy year, getting 2nd and 3rd place in the LFL Spring and Summer with Team Go, along with a very solid performance in the EMEA Masters and Coupe de France gold medal. He's no stranger to this side of the ocean too. Tukui spent the whole year of 2022 playing in the LCS. The 2nd European player for VKS is Smiley. Fresh after winning Prime League's bronze as part of Eintracht Spandauer team, though you might remember him from the LFL years, especially his 2020 LFL victory, in which his mid laner was, you guessed it, Tukui. What a reunion! The other new players in VKS are CBLOL English's beloved support pro Delta from Pain and Dizamis from Fluxo. With that, we have Guigo, remaining VKS top laner, Dizamis in the jungle, Tukui in the mid lane, Smiley on the boat, and Pro Delta as his support. Your player to watch here is gonna be Guigo, as we expect him to shine with this new roster. This sums up the roster updates for CBLOL in this split. Tell us in the comments which is your favorite team that you're going to be following throughout this season. And don't forget to follow CBLOL English here on YouTube and on Twitch, where we will be casting over every single game this season. Cheers!